I never feel like being like relationship person, but I
Yeah.
always like I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think there's definitely souls that chose to be here in this life for in this timeline for this shift we're going through. And that was always a part of they're like, I'm not having kids. I'm not creating any of that karma. I'm coming in and I'm getting out. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna come in, I'm gonna do my thing, and then I'm
And
gone.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over?
I got a question. Do you believe in reincarnation?
yes,
Yep.
yeah, I have some sessions with this regression,
Mm-hmm.
like 3 hours each, maybe 3 times, and yeah, it was like very not easy.
What do you mean it wasn't easy?
All of these cases were very dramatic, and like a lot of violence, a lot of
Oh,
like this stuff, yeah, and they were all like related to some kind of me being dead and recognizing myself that I am dead, and like it was just very strange experience. And
geez.
sometimes only I think once or twice I have it like myself, not intentionally. It started like this movie in my head because of the feeling, and once it just was initiated itself. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and in most cases it was I was like male
Mm-hmm.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like 90% of cases. Yeah.
Did you feel like any healing came from your regression hypnosis?
I feel like a peace and release, but it was like very strong tension before session, like few months, and after session this tension gone.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
And it was like I was like removing a lot of data from myself, something like this, like old data, or
Yeah.
that something that bring tension in my life, my peace.
Yeah.
But to go through this session, it was always very hard. I feel that I put a lot of energy to do this job,
Mhm.
because all of these lives were related to dying and the way of dying. Myself, or yes. Yeah, and once I remember myself that I was an Indian guy who was killed by another tribe. And the next time I was like a very famous sailing general that
Mhm.
were going to America to conquer this country, and that were killing these Indians.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I just, oh my God.
Oh God. Yeah. 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 It's probably good that most of us don't remember our past lives because it would totally screw up living this life.
Yes.
Yeah, 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 totally, totally. There are people out there that do remember all their past lives, and some amazing people who I love, like Mateus, Stefano. Do you know him?
No, no.
Oh, he's this young kid, I think, from Argentina. He's like
Yeah.
33, young. That's young to me. But yeah, he talks about like the first, 20 years, 25 years, really challenging because when you're flooded with these memories of other lives, and then you're living this life, to be able to decipher what's real
Yes.
in this life. It's interesting that you remembered being an Indian, and then you
Yeah.
remembered being a dude coming over to kill the Indians. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I was like a famous this sailor or something like this,
Mm-hmm.
very powerful, and I was killed by the Indians. It was like a connection between all these stories. Yes, because I remember I was afraid of haze. And when it's very high, I afraid this feeling. And when we go with this master to this previous life, we figure out that I was shot by, I think, their weapon.
Bow and
With
arrow.
Indians, yes, and it was like edge of a very high rock, and I fall down. Like,
oh wow!
And we figure out that this fear comes from this because
Wow.
it was very high, something like this. But I remember that was in North America, I think, when I was like this sailing.
I'm jealous. I wish I knew some of my past lives.
Oh, that one that I knew there were not something to be proud.
What about Egypt? Did you have any lives in Egypt? Did you remember?
I feel something, maybe I'm not sure if it was Egypt, but I remember that I was like a son of maybe Pharaoh, maybe not Pharaoh. And I was cutting tongues for all females. Yes, and then it was because when I was small kid, my father took me from my mother to make me strong, and this female who was taking care of me, they were talking very bad to me and very bad about me, and I was like a kid very much offended that when I grew up, I was cutting tongues to females to make them not speak up.
Oh
But
my God.
yes, it's terrible. And then I
my
figure out my mother told that when I was a kid, small, I have all these soft toys, and I cut with scissors for all these bears, like for all these toys. If they have a tongue, I was cutting this tongue.
Wow.
And my mother said, we never think why you're cutting
What are
tongues.
you doing? Yeah. Wow, that is amazing.
And
Wow.
only like 3 years ago, I connected this information that I was cutting a tongue to all toys.
Wow.
Because there's some kind of, I don't know, memory of cutting.
DNA. Yeah, something. Yeah. Wow. That's
Yeah, but I like animals very much. I'm so like vulnerable. It's like I never offend animals.
yeah, no, that's
But I did it to toys.
yeah. Wow. Man, we were barbaric in the past. How did you find out about me and the work I do?
Oh my God. It was like click of, I don't know, of the fingers. I was watching some YouTube tarot.
Oh, okay.
And this lady, she just say, oh, if you need some healing, I know very good master. He helped me so much. You will find his like link below. And
Oh,
I never do this. I never take somebody link. For me, it was like, that's it.
nice.
And I like when I feel this way.
Yeah.
But the pre-story for that was I came in the morning to my job place, and I start writing like 7 pages of my diary that I legally acknowledge my life, myself, I accept it. And it was so strong feeling because I was thinking 37 years I was not presented in my life in my body. And I was just writing like a contract that, okay, I decided,
Beautiful. Yes.
and I feel like I arrived.
So you said you became present, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And like,
Yes.
yes, I became present, and it was such a strong feeling that I'm really present, and I am like ready for myself. I'm here for myself, and I'm like, okay, what we shall do.
Okay,
And
game
maybe,
on. Let's do this. Yes, let's start
yes,
living. Yeah.
and I surprised myself, and like in 1 hour after writing all this,
Uh-huh.
I looked this video when she presented you, and I just, yes, I'm taking this session. I just, oh my God, what a crazy day today. Like,
Nice. And this happened within the last week or
like maybe 3 days ago, something. It was Wednesday, I think.
Okay.
Wednesday morning. Yeah.
So you have spent your whole life just on autopilot, not being present until 3 days ago.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
very, I feel it like physically
Yeah.
being in my body and being ready for myself. I'm like here for myself, and I just, oh my God. Whoa.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel a little bit scared that I can lose this strong feeling, because it's very, I feel calm. Finally, I start feeling calm, because
Yeah.
I feel very, very much tension.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm one foot is here and the other is there, and I'm lost. Like, yeah,
It's funny though that we start to fear. It's like, wow,
yeah,
I feel amazing. I hope I don't go back. Instead of
yeah.
just savoring it and going, yeah, that's awesome. That's beautiful. I don't think I've ever heard anybody articulate it like that before. That's really cool. What type of beliefs were you brought up to believe?
I never been religious
Hmm.
at all, but there was a part of my life that I was studying Buddhism, and I was like feeling good about their philosophy. Like,
Yeah.
I like the way, but it happened somehow that I passed away very like calm, and today I feel like I don't have like some kind of religious beliefs.
Good.
I know like there is the universe,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow I'm connecting, and for me it's very hard um, to connect. I feel that I'm a little bit connecting, but some like my capacity is like not enough, or maybe it is not moving good, and I just like feel stuck. But I feel so strongly
Yeah.
about like being connected, but I feel like just like my old software simply could not like do this.
So you've never
But
done anything like this before, huh?
I used to work sometimes with different kind of maybe healers, but
Okay.
they are like sometimes arriving into my life, and we work, and some disappear, and like it was like during last 15 years maybe,
Mm-hmm.
something like this. But it was like something very natural, and I never like do. But now I feel like everybody who I know,
Mm-hmm.
they could not like not help me, but I don't know, that somehow I need to booster like
Yeah. Yeah. No.
to 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 tune myself to myself, because like I don't want, like, for example, go to tarot advisor and would like him to tell me what to do, and like
Yeah.
what is right, what is wrong. I feel like I would like to like to feel it, to know this truth
For
within.
yourself.
I have this trust issue,
Mm-hmm.
because I have very good intuition, and I always doubt it. Like I every time I knew this.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
I'm not doing like I knew, and like I still like try to like stick to to this inner feeling, but
Yeah.
it's so like weak, and like yeah. Maybe it's growing, I don't know. Yeah, I used to overthink a lot, and I suffer from this. And I try to go hiking, to do yoga every day, just to shut down this like thinking mechanism, because like I'm going somewhere where I can be lost with this thinking part. But what surprised me, that I have such a strong feeling, like request for relationships, that I'd never had before. Like 8 years I did not have relationship, and I was like, that's okay, that's my life, I feel like a habit. Okay, no relationship. But now I feel such a strong, like all my body like have this request, and I feel that I start suffering a little bit, because I like don't have this. I have like this capacity, energy for this, but this doesn't happen. Like I have everything, but it just hello, anybody.
Well, how long have you felt this way?
I start feeling like this June. I did a fasting program, like around 11 days. And since that time, I feel so good, so positive, so easy. And men start like butterflies flying around me. And I feel this, it's very pleasant. But finally, I feel that it doesn't match for my this request. I would like something like deep, true, mutual. But the old men, they are like just, hey, cool, nice. Like it's also very good energy, but it's something like very surface.
Yeah, totally. And you're in a great place to attract a relationship now, because before you probably would have been fine with the superficial, relationship, but now you're you're in a great place, man. This is awesome. So happy for you. Yeah.
I hope so. You're right. Finally.
Do you have any questions like before we start or anything, or?
Honestly speaking, I don't have question. I always just have a feeling that I need this session, and I don't know what it will be about. Simply, I like just it will go naturally. And
yeah, this is the most natural feeling you'll ever have. I mean, I don't know what you're going to feel, but it's a very natural process. Yeah, sometimes people have really strong reactions, and I don't know if you're going to have strong reactions, but if you do, just go with it. It's all love, and we will just see. But most people when they experience something, it's always on the inside, and they're not moving around a lot, but it's on the inside. And one of my favorite metaphors is I'm almost like a spiritual cable guy. And
sounds great.
like a cable guy. So you have your own connection with source, with your higher self, but it's a little bit glitchy, like you don't quite hear all the messages, you don't quite feel like this is the volume's turned down. And so that's what this process does, is it reconnects you with that connection you have with your higher self. And once you have your higher self, once this thing gets turned on, you don't need much. You'll be fine.
Because I feel that there's something here stuck, or like, we're not moving for a long time, and I simply like feel this impulse, but it just like old car that could not like I'm rather like sensitive type of personality. I think that I always feel in other people, and it makes me feel overwhelmed. That like maybe months ago I started like disconnecting when I'm just in crowded place. I simply tell myself that I just disconnect from everyone. I don't want to feel them, to hear them, to
Yeah, that's a good survival. Yeah, that's good because people are crazy.
Yes, and I'm getting crazy because with them together, because I feel that I don't have maybe my inner I don't know how it's called, something solid inside. I'm just going outside to everyone and feel not grounded.
Yeah,
inside.
gotcha. Well, I think you're going to find this session. I mean, I hope. I don't know what you're going to feel. You might not feel anything, but I hope you feel very grounded after this session. At least that's what it does for me. I feel super grounded. So, yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Did you have any sensations?
Yeah, I feel like I was not solid like a body. I was just like starting like disappearing, beginning from my hands, then legs, and somehow like I just like disappeared like a shape.
Oh, beautiful.
It was me, but like no shape, something like this.
Yeah.
And there were different feelings in different parts of the body. There were a lot of that I could not like fix it, and a lot of different, but I had a feeling like there were a lot of in my stomach, some movements, something. From the very beginning, I feel very like something pulsing here. And it was very warm everywhere, very like heating. And then in some point, I figure out that I start to cool down. I don't know. and became more like transparent, not like shining, but like, I don't know, it was interesting. And I was like seeing some different faces. I don't know, it's like I don't know, a lot of different, but not pleasant, I can say. And everything was like a little bit like in these squares, like and I also feel myself like my body was like very small squares, like different, and then they just like was increased, and then like just a little bit, then again put
Wow.
together, something like this. But I feel that my mind was controlling, like trying to control like every and I was like shutting down, then again something was going on. It was like a slides, like next and different, like just see something, then again shut down, then again like
You were consciously shutting it down, or like it was just happening, it was just occurring?
yeah, it was happening, yes. And like next, and it was just like, and a lot of like, and all during the whole process I didn't feel that I was lying. I feel like I was like a little bit, few centimeters about,
Floating
a little. Yes, just like I'm not completely feeling the surface, I'm just a little bit. Yes, and there were some tickling in my
in your palms or your fingers?
yes, in my fingers. Yes, and my head started relaxing so much, and all these muscles here that was very strong. But from the very beginning, I feel like it was like a car repair that you just open and just start like doing something like like a mechanical, like very
Yeah, I feel like a mechanic, actually. I feel like a multidimensional mechanic. Yeah, that's what now, did I hear you say that the images that you were seeing were unpleasant?
Yes, it was like very like a faces, but very stuck faces, like on the paintings, on the pictures.
Oh, okay.
And these faces, they were like suffering, maybe. All
Oh,
of them were like just stuck in some kind of suffering. And there
wow.
was a switching, and a lot of them different,
Mm-hmm.
like really like images, but they were different but at the same like one mass or one color, like just
Hmm.
showing up and like disappearing, disappearing, like,
Yeah.
but it was
Huh. Yeah.
mhm.
I wish I knew what any of that meant. I don't, but,
Wow, I remember, and like all this process was feeling like light, like I feel like it's light, and then it was like getting dark,
mm-hmm.
and you just step away. You took something and said, just okay, get something like, I don't know, maybe it's my imagination, but you just like request some energy to leave my body, something like this, but you like just step away and just like insist that this energy, like on free will,
Yeah. 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 Huh.
like, but everything was dark like this, like, and then maybe something happened, I don't know, but I feel like you just like, ask.
You got to go. We don't need you anymore.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
something like this. It was like a feeling that
Yeah.
you were doing something, then you just go away and just like ask to
Okay. Yeah.
that was how
So
I.
I want you to try something. I want you to hold your hands up and spread your
Mhm.
fingers. Okay.
Yeah.
Spread your fingers a little bit.
Mhm.
So I want you to go palms facing palms about this far away. Okay.
Mhm.
Now I want you to imagine that your palms are connected by like a cobweb thin string of energy right in the direct center of your palms. And I want you to take one hand and I want you to slowly move it in like maybe like little small circles and see if you can feel that connection in your other palm. So when you move one hand, see if you can feel it moving. You see, is your thumb moving by itself or are you moving it on purpose?
No, they're just moving themselves.
Yeah.
This, especially in the left hand, I don't know.
Yeah, I see that thumb moving a lot. Yeah. So can you feel what does it feel like? Do you have any sensation in that?
I feel that they were stuck, and now they just start like melting and moving. I don't know why.
Okay.
Uh,
Are you moving those on purpose?
no,
No.
not at all.
During the session, did you feel your fingers moving or your feet moving or anything, or were you pretty still?
I feel like my left one finger was moving, and I was surprised.
Okay. Huh. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that before.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
falling down.
they are. They're turning into the same symbol, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I just wanted to see if you could feel these frequencies, because you should be able to feel them yourself. And it's a fun sensation to play with. And I think it's a sensation that when we do bring our awareness and play with these sensations, that I think the benefits far outweigh meditating. So interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anybody's hands do that before. So you didn't do that on purpose. They just went that way, huh?
No, yes. And they just like, I don't know. It's a pleasant falling down of fingers.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to see what happens, because something's going to happen from this session.
My goal, I was feeling like I am a little bit not broken, but something is not going, not moving, like, and I could not do it on my own. I simply need someone's like capacities
Mm-hmm.
to start my body, my system, like to turn on my system
Mm-hmm.
in like right way, something like this.
Mm-hmm.
That I was like trying to do it myself, but I was not feeling like I'm capable.
It's hard to heal yourself. It's hard to do
Yes,
that to yourself. It's easier to do it to other people. It's like everything. I mean, if you see somebody and you see how they are creating this miserable life, it is so easy to see that. You're like, oh my God, would you quit doing that? If you quit doing that, then this will stop. But we can't see what we're doing. It's like we're blind and we're just like, yeah. So yeah, no, sometimes we just have to reach out and we need a little help. And
really, I feel like I did what I could, and that's my maximum. Like,
yeah. No, that's why we're here, to help each other out and to So do you what type of stuff are you into? Do you research anything, or like what do you read? Like, do you like spiritually, esoterically?
like before I was reading a lot of psychological books, and then I just started reading a lot of Buddhism books.
Buddhism, yep.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that I was getting what they say, but something was like attracting me this.
Yeah.
But it was like long days ago, and maybe the last year and a half I stopped reading at all, and I was so like sad because I just could not start reading again.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, these books are so like different, like from different, I don't know, like piece from here, piece from here, piece from here, and like
That's the way it should be. We should absolutely, this resonates, I'll take this resonates. Yeah.
I could never read one book. I always read 4 at once. I don't know how. A little bit this one, a little bit this one, this one, this one, and I don't know how it can make sense, but
yeah, that's the way you do it. Yeah. Did you leave Ukraine before the war or after it started?
well, like in 3 or 4 days it started.
And then you left.
Yes, I was very exact in my feeling, but it was very strange. Sometimes I have dreams. Sometimes it's dreams like dreams, but sometimes it dreams like not the dreams. And that night I was like having a dream that I was going somewhere and the car bring me somewhere not the right direction. And then I like said to bring me in the right direction. And then I was looking in the sky. There were very big how it's a scalp, how
Skull?
yes, and it was very bright, very beautiful, like I don't know, Swarovski stones, like very shiny, very. And at that moment, I get up because I feel that in the sky, this bombs they start bombing,
Wow.
and this was, and I still wondering, but I didn't have some bad feeling about this dream. It was very like I was like looking in the sky, and this scalp is so like amazing, beautiful, like I don't
Wow.
know, like
Wow.
expensive.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
And I just get up, and because of this very strange sound, and I was on my balcony and looking in the sky and looking where it is, where it is, where it is, but I feel that it is something wrong, like it's like
Yeah. You had that right before the war started?
at the same minute, I think, because I saw this dream, and at the same minute I wake up because of this started. So
Oh, wow. Wow. Well, I'm glad you got out.
I
Yeah.
was very fast. I was super fast.
Yeah, 3 days. I'm gone. I don't like where this is going. Yeah.
I was just like, I don't know what is going on. I need to get out, and then I will figure out.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I was surprised because I feel like I arrived, and I was feeling arrived who? I mean, like
yeah.
I mean, like I'm still here, and arrived at the same time, and like, what is ours? A few of us arriving
Yeah.
and being like, like,
Yeah,
and I
yes.
just.
That feeling you've had these last 3 days, that is absolutely going to grow and grow
Mhm.
and grow until yeah, I think you just shifted like 3 days ago. I think something happened and you were on this path and you were like, dink, I'm going this way. And it's like, so clearly something happened.
Yeah, but in 1 hour, I heard your name. I followed the link, and I just, yes, I need this. Like,
That's awesome.
yes, like I, as you told that I shifted and connected to you at the same, because like, and for me, I was surprised that it was easy. Like
Mhm.
it's such an amazing guy, and I just follow a link, choose a date, nearest 1 hour. I mean, like I just clicking okay, and it's working, and okay, it's scheduled. And
Yeah.
just oh my god,
It's like that's it.
yes, that's it. That's how it works. Like I mean,
Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
because I have a doubt, and I thought, okay, now this payment will not work because maybe my Ukrainian card, and is this it? And it
Yeah.
just that's it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. It was meant to be.
Yes, and even though before the session, I still like somehow maybe I switched on maybe to your field, maybe not to your field, but I
You
feel
something
empowering.
the second I guarantee you, the second you were like, this feels right, I'm going to make this session. The session started. Like that, like
Yeah.
whatever's going to happen from this session started the second because I mean, I don't want to like go crazy, but like there is no time time, we experience time, but time really doesn't exist. So to that future self of you, the second you made that appointment, the appointment already happened. And
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes.
I know that
Yes.
sounds
Yes.
weird, but I've heard that over and over. And I've experienced that in my life also, with things in myself. The second I made that choice, like, okay, I'm going to go to this training program and I'm going to learn this. I found that as soon as I made that decision, I almost already knew it. You know, like I had to
Mm-hmm.
go through the process of actually going through the training program, but my destiny had already shifted to
Mm-hmm.
that new direction. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I feel exactly about the session. It was like in 2 or 3 days, but I feel like it's like I just feel so like switched on, or I don't know.
you mean so this started? So you've been feeling present for 3 days, and that's you made the session 3 days ago? You scheduled the session 3 days ago? Or
I
close?
Wednesday in in the morning I was just writing that I am arriving, I'm here legally, presently,
Yeah.
everyone see me. Then in 1 hour I find you, and then maybe in the second half of the day I was just deciding that I will make this session, and in the evening I paid to receive this confirmation,
Yeah.
and it happened like during the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I can't wait to see how the rest of your month goes and the rest of your and the rest of your year goes. That's
Very
awesome.
interesting.
Well, do you have any questions before we wrapped it up?
No questions at all.
Okay.
I feel like I already know everything, but
You do.
it uh, didn't go to my attention like currently.
Yeah. No, see, that's what I'm talking about. Just the
But,
fact that you say that I feel like I already know everything. I mean, dude, that's the truth. You do, but most people don't realize that we do know everything we need to know. Yeah, you're very wise. You're very
thank
wise.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you got some good stuff coming your way.
Yeah, looking forward. Yeah.
Well, if you ever have any questions or anything, just feel free to reach out. And I thoroughly enjoyed our session.
Yeah, I also, and again, I would like to answer you in German. Can I answer you in German when you say
Absolutely.
Ich
Absolutely.
auch, ich auch, like me too. And I just
Oh, nice. 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 Well, you have a great rest of your night, and maybe I'll see you
thank you
later.
very much. Yeah.
See you,
Yeah,
Iryna.
thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Surfing on a wave of good feelings. Well, it's just another Friday in paradise. So bring your A game, cause you know this party won't stop. We could never run out of time, sipping strawberry lime. You know I wanna share it with you.